Here comes Nige. Right, hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Let's Do a Bonsai. My name's Scott. The purpose of this channel will be to work on some current trees that I already have, grow some from seed, take from some saplings that we already have growing and some that we've managed to get out in the wild. What we will do is I'll take you shortly round to show you what we currently have and what we've got to work with. What we'll also be doing is doing some unboxing of the kits that you can buy through Amazon and places like that. Grow your own bonsai, maybe a few other things. Grow your own lemon trees and coffee beans and things like that. So to start with, what I have already got in the offing is we have some seeds that are in stratification, which, if I can show you, have been in the fridge for some time. We'll pull one out here. So we've got some ginkgo seeds there that will hopefully give us some plants. We'll be checking on those. I think you can see they might just be letting out some roots there. So we'll keep checking on those. These were put in on the 29th of July, so they've been just over a month now. There's a number of other seeds in here. We have a Japanese maple, been in for a while, some red maple, 29th of July. We have three unknown, basically some seeds that I had that the plan was to grow something and we knew what they were, but now we have absolutely no idea. So that's going to be fun times finding out what they grow into. Anybody that can tell us what they are, if and when they grow, that'll be great. So yeah, I'll take you around, show you what we've got, show you the trees that we already have, not many, but some to start with. And I'll also show you the seeds and the saplings that are coming through, so that you know something about what we're going to be going with. Right, see you in the garden. So here we have some Portulacaria afras, also known as speck bomb, elephant tree. We're going to be able to do some work on those very soon. They're coming up very well. There's a little mountain pine seedling in there that came up by surprise. Trying to save that. It's gone a little bit brown on the tips. I think it's going to die, but I've repotted it into some nice little bonsai soil, and I'm hoping that we're actually going to be able to save that. So we'll see how that does. But yeah, we'll be able to do a bit of bonsai work with the speck bomb, the Portulacaria afra, also known as elephant tree. A little jade set in there that we'll be able to do some work on also. Also, you can see that's the mother plant of the jade that most of the jades have come from. And then out here we have a number of jades on the table, which we're going to have a lot of fun and time doing some bonsai work. It's an ideal plant to do as a bonsai. It doesn't require as much watering as some of the other standard bonsai trees. So yeah, you can't really go wrong with a jade plant. If you can kill one of these, then don't buy an expensive bonsai. So here we have a weeping ficus, which is currently just hanging there, chilling out. We're going to trim that down, get that into a proper bonsai pot, and do some work on that very soon. And then along here, just outside on the wall, we have a Chinese plum, which is going to need repotting and trimming back. This I bought as a larch tree, and it came, you can see there somebody had left the wire on a bit too long, so we've got a bit of work to do on that. The pot's not too bad, maybe we can repot it back into that same pot. I don't think it's going to need anything bigger. a ficus which will need repotting next year. That's going to need some work doing next year. It's just been growing out for the summer. Ginseng ficus next to it, rather large for the pot that it's in, but we can get that sorted, repot it, get it into a slightly bigger pot and see how we go with that. And the first one that we bought was the Chinese elm, bought 7 years old, with the idea of having a bonsai, which has obviously led to being more involved in getting some plants and trees, and let's do a bonsai. So here's the reason now. The new wooden greenhouse to replace the aluminium one that was blown away and destroyed. If we take a look in here, you'll be able to see we've got a few plants in here that we're going to be able to do some work with. There's my larch trees growing there. One of them did die off, so that'll have to be cut and trimmed away. They all need a good trim. There's one of them there that's growing on its own pot. We have a multi-trunk ficus just there, which we'll be able to do some work on. We have a jade cutting, which is going to make a nice bonsai when we train that up and get that into a nice bonsai pot. Then we have a couple of maples sat just growing, just thickening up, just, you know, get them as good as we can. Then we've got a little forest of jades, which not looking very happy in the new greenhouse, but they'll acclimatise and adapt and go nice and green again. And then we have a Dracaena, which I cut back, which we're going to try and get all of the shoots cut back once they've grown in, and see if we can create some sort of multi-trunk Dracaena tree, multi-branch Dracaena tree I should say. Also out here we have some random items, some willow that we're going to do something with going forward. Another maple sat there growing away. We have a Acer Palmatium Phoenix. We have a Acer Katsura. They're sat growing. We have Lewis's bonsai that's been trimmed back but still to go into a proper bonsai pot. We have my jade bonsai, my large jade bonsai, which survived the carnage. It didn't go in the wind. We have Kay's bonsai, probably the best one that we've got at the moment. And then we have some pines and some Thuya occidentalis type plants that are ready to start being used as bonsai. There's Kay's other plant that she trimmed back earlier this year, not realising that I was letting it grow for the year, but you know, there it is. And then in here we have a number of seedlings that are growing away, a number of acers that I planted, some maples that grew from seed this summer. They're doing very well, looking really good, and looking forward to doing something with them. We've got some oak seedlings that we got whilst out foraging, and some other interesting saplings that we will hopefully turn into a nice bonsai going forward. Also, we have some seedlings that are growing from the summer. They are blue jacaranda, and then over here we have some cuttings that hopefully will carry on growing and root, and we'll be able to make some bonsais out of those going forward. But each of these will get their own video, get their own chance to be put out there. And if we go down into Kay's greenhouse, you'll be able to see where I have spilt over my little space and encroached into here. So here we have some seedlings that have come through that are catalpa seedlings, catalpa Indian bean tree, and we seem to have lost what these are. So if anybody knows what these ones are just by looking at the seedlings, I'll be happy to be re-informed. Also down here is a dragon's blood tree seedling. That's from a proper dragon's blood seed, which came up, one of two, the other one very small, you might just be able to see down there. And here we have what I believe was ficus seedlings, but having lost some of the information, they may well not be ficus, but I believe they are. There's a willow there in the white pot that we're going to do something with. Down there is my ginkgo biloba. That's got some work to do on that. It's very tall. It's well over 5 foot tall, heading towards 6. And then in amongst this we have another seedling there which we can move. We have a coffee bean tree. In the back we have a lemon tree which needs to come out. We have a crown of thorns which was going to need some pruning. We have an orange tree which is going to need some work, and we have another Dracaena which Kay bought for me, but I'm waiting on the stems becoming long enough to be able to trim them back. We have some other seedlings coming through up there, some more jades, as you'll find out. I do like my jades. I'm a bit of a jade fanatic, unfortunately. There's a little jade planting here which seems to have got stuck on the bench. It's got a little jade tree growing in the middle that I'm trying to train and turn into, you can see the 2 branches coming out at the top. I'm hoping to turn that into a nice little jade tree. It's got something coming out of the side there which is kind of overtaking, so I'll probably have to trim that back, get rid of that, so that we can concentrate on the main trunk and try and deal with that. We've also got a little nursery for jades here, all different types of various jades, where we just keep sticking them in, they grow, and we get to do whatever we want with them, make little terrariums up and things like that. So yeah, there we go. That's the beginnings of the channel. It might work, it might not, who knows. We'll see how we go, and I look forward to providing some videos with some bonsais. I'll be learning, hopefully people out there will be learning. Any comments, any tips, gladly received. Get them sent in, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.